kick the legs out in front of you. There's a couple of options actually. So you'll either be using a chair or a stack of 2 blankets to put your legs up on. Both are great. So whatever you want to use. This is when you'll need your strap as well. So make a loop in the strap, the hardest part of yoga class, right? If you're using a chair, the loop is just going to go around the thighs just above the knee, and then you'll tighten it so that when you put your legs up on the chair, the legs stay together. If you are using the stack of blankets, your loop will be a little bit bigger because it will also slide around the first blanket. Before you bind yourself, make sure the lighting in your room is pleasant. Grab any warm layers. If you have an eye pillow or just anything you enjoy in Savasana, grab it. If you need a last sip of water. And you'll also want to fade your music out. And take your time setting up your elevated leg Savasana. And know that as you come down, you might have to come up again and make adjustments. So be emotionally prepared for that. Don't worry, you're going to have so much time to enjoy this. There's no need to rush. And as you make your way onto your back, make sure the low back feels comfortable and supported. So you might need to scooch a little closer to the blankets. I just did that and I'm glad I did. So feel free to try that. And wiggle the spine a little bit and make sure the positioning of the shoulders on the rib cage feels comfortable. Wiggle the neck and let the base of the skull reach away from the shoulders. So that's like the action of tucking your chin. And then let the body start to relax. Close the mouth and breathe through the nose if you're able. And gently allow the tongue to rest on the roof of the mouth. This should make the breathing full and effortless. And just like we've played with through class, with the eyes closed, try to visualize your whole body. Try to take everything in at once. And let yourself be supported. And if you don't feel that way, make whatever adjustments help you to be supported and safe and comfortable. And then let your focus drop into the center of the heart. And when Babaji talks about the heart center, he says it's more expansive than the entire universe. And so open to the possibility that as you rest here, you can feel vaster than you ever thought possible. You can feel so much nourishment and space from any tensions in your life, in your mind, in your body. You don't have to do anything, but try to keep your focus awake at the heart as you relax very, very deeply. And we'll have 15 minutes in silence here. If at any time you don't want to have your legs up, you're welcome to adjust into a normal Savasana, but it's totally safe and restorative to be here. And we'll relax now. Take a moment to just observe your whole body. Almost let yourself set an anchor in the present moment. And you may observe as we begin to transition that things start to pull you into the future and into the past. And let's just take a few breaths right now to feel that steadiness and groundedness and clarity that's possible when you're present. Breathe down into the heart, visualizing this anchor being laid in this deepest part of ourselves. And then with that as your focal point, you can begin the process of wiggling and gently waking the body and carefully sliding the legs from beneath the strap. You can move the blankets out of the way, and I invite you to enjoy being in your body, making any gentle rolling, stretching, waking movements. Eventually, the path will take you up to seated, but try to resist the urge to rush there. Let it be a process that you're engaged in. When you do eventually make it upward, you can use your stack of blankets as your meditation cushion or grab any additional props and find your way to a comfortable meditation seat. And once you've found your perch, you can explore it a little bit by gently circling the weight around in the pelvis, feeling the front, back, and sides of each sit bone. And try to feel how the spine ever so gently moves through space as you do that, kind of like in a funnel shape. And circle the other way. And then keeping the momentum and the pathway of the circling, anchor both sits bones. And notice that sense of strength that emanates when the pelvis and legs are fixed and the movement comes from the layers of the core and the spine. And let the movement get tinier and tinier until you find stillness. And it's almost like a stillness that's moving you upward. And you can close the eyes or find a single gaze point, close the mouth. And let your inward gaze be directed at the heart center. And let the breath be as relaxed, effortless, and natural as possible. As you inhale, notice any sense of expansion, lightness. And imagine you're dropping into the space between the cells. where the most expansive realm lies. And as you exhale, it's that sensation of laying the anchor at the deepest inner place. And feeling yourself let go of anything that's pulling on you. And it's okay if you notice an experience of the mind or the body that's captivating. See if you can practice that observer perspective that we've been playing with, where you're bigger and more expansive and you can feel the spaciousness of your heart, and whatever comes up in the mind is so tiny in relation to that spacious state. And as we play with this witnessing and the breath, you can attach the mantra Om Namah Shivaya to each inhale and each exhale. And the mantra is like a roadmap or a GPS system that automatically takes you into the spaciousness of the inner self. And the breath helps, and the visualization, as we've been using, help. The mantra really can make it happen instantly. And so staying relaxed and staying open, play with repeating the mantra in the most genuine way possible, with a sense of curiosity, maybe even excitement. And let the energy of the mantra carry you deeper and deeper into the center of the heart. And all you have to do is keep letting go of the things that feel so pressing and so important. For the last 5 minutes of meditation, we'll add one of my favorite visualization practices. And so you'll continue with the breath and Om Namah Shivaya at the heart. You can visualize a golden thread traveling up from the heart to the crown of the head, and up from the crown of the head to the most perfect version of yourself, about a foot above the crown of your head. And you don't have to be fixated on the details, but just envision the most radiant, happy, healthy, glowing version of yourself floating about a foot above the crown of your head. And with each breath into the heart and each repetition of the mantra, you can imagine that glowing version of you becoming brighter and brighter, and the center of your heart becoming brighter and brighter. And for me, when I do this practice, it's less about what this perfect version looks like, and it's more about what this perfect version feels like. And so you just keep doing the practice and letting that heart energy rise to that perfect form of yourself. And maybe you even start to feel those qualities radiating upon you and in you and from you. And try to stay relaxed. And it's almost like just allowing that form of yourself to be revealed, but you're not creating it, you're not generating it, you're not shooting energy to it, you're just breathing into the heart and letting that radiance of your heart travel to illuminate this part of you that already exists and just becomes more and more clear each time you practice. In the last couple of breaths, release the practice. You can imagine that perfect form, almost like a hologram overlaying over your body. And let yourself relax into that new experience of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me and becoming your best self. Happy New Year, everybody. Can't wait to see you soon. Namaste. Aloha, everyone. Have a great celebration, and when you're looking at fireworks or whatever fun thing you do for the New Year's, that's a great time to feel with that practice and connect with the highest form of yourself.